Thank you everyone for joining us. While we wait for everyone to join, let's start talking about us, the company, and about us as speakers. So the main topic of our webinar today is going to be ROI of TMS implementation, impact on staff performance and productivity. We're going to talk today specifically about optimization of plasma delivery, and our speaker is going to take a deeper analysis of how we can basically optimize plasma delivery logistic. Let's start with introductions of who we are, the speakers of our webinar. Sher, he's the CEO of LEAFIO Rinkai. He has extensive implementation experience, more than 80 projects in his broad experience of working in this sphere. So he's gonna today tell you more specific examples of which projects he already implemented, because he did a lot of that. Also, another speaker is Andrew Vanson. He's a senior project manager, and he was engaged in the implementation of large projects, and today he will share with you more technical experience, and he's going to talk specifically about technical part of optimization of plasma delivery. And me, myself, Julian Garcia, I'm a commercial executive at LEAFIO Rinkai, and today we're going to talk briefly about it itself. So thank you everyone for joining us. Me and my team, Alex and Andrew, we're gonna be with you together, and we're gonna try to do all our best for you to understand more this specific topic. Before we're moving forward to discuss the ROI implementation at TMS, I just want to tell a bit about our company, what we do, who we are, what we do, and etc. Let's talk about in which sphere we basically work. We have many years of working experience in creating softwares for optimizing different stages throughout all supply chain. Today we're going to talk specifically about optimization of transport logistics, but also we have many different other products. We're going to talk about it later a bit. But let's look at our cartography and the amount of countries that we work in. We have really extensive cartography. We work in different continents, in different languages, different cultures. And we have more than 120 employees, 15 years of experience, and more than 200 implemented projects. Here you can get acquainted with all products that we have. First of all, apart from transportation management, we have 4 different systems, which help also to optimize resale processes, inventory optimization, assortment optimization, shelf and customer loyalty. You can familiarize with all products on the website and get acquainted in more details with all of them. If it's needed for you, you can basically get into our website. It's going to be in the chat. And get acquainted with that in more details. But today we're going to talk specifically about transportation management and optimization of transport by itself. This is our customers. As you can see, we work in a really broad amount of industries. We work in groceries, gas and oil, health, beauty, pharma, and etc. You can see here really popular companies and its logos. You can just get acquainted also in our website and see with which companies we work together. But let's move forward to the main topic of our webinar and what we're going to discuss today. So in this webinar, we would like to talk in more details about last mile logistics and why it's the most expensive stage in the entire supply chain. Let's analyze this problem in more details, and then we can talk about the solutions that exist to solve these problems. Let's imagine an avocado that goes to us from some tropical country to the European continent, to one country, to a specific client. Their corresponding first step is a kind of barge on which thousands of tons of these same avocados are loaded. Yes, the barge is expensive and the price can reach several thousand euros for this shipment, but at the same time, it carries a large amount of goods. So accordingly, one avocado will cost a couple of tens, which is not really expensive, comparing with the amount of money which is paid for shipment and the amount of avocado which is going to be shipped. When the goods are ready on the mainland, delivery is already carried out by large trucks. You can see it here. It's delivered to large warehouses, distribution centers, and etc. Again, trucks, they are really expensive and they travel a long distance, but they again carry a large number of avocados. So the price per avocado is not really still expensive. That is the longest period this international shipment from tropical country to the mainland. It's taken about 40% of their entire logistic cost. So it's not that expensive. And here we are approaching the last stage of our entire delivery chain. This is a delivery of the last mile, when we need to take avocados from the distribution centers or large warehouses directly to small quantities of avocados in small locations of stores in a specific country. And one unit of the product starts to be extremely expensive because it's taken by a whole car, whole vehicle, a specific driver, and it delivers to each client in a small quantity. So according to statistics, the last mile of delivery takes 60% of the cost of the entire delivery. And you can see here in the slide, in the graph, how important it is to optimize and reduce the costs for the last mile delivery specifically, because it takes 60% of the entire logistic processes. So that's why last mile delivery is extremely expensive comparing with all previous steps of delivery in logistics. The next thing that I want to say about the last mile logistics is that this is the most expensive and needs to be optimized. But what can be the problems if we are going to optimize the last mile delivery? Usually these problems of the optimization itself, because we can face a huge number of problems. I think every company faced these problems in one way or another during processes of making optimization. So why it is so difficult to optimize last mile delivery? First of all, there can be some problems such as limitations of the warehouse, shipping zone, and etc., shortage of ramps for loading cars, and etc. So a lot of companies face these issues, and it is really important to know how to solve them. Another problem, for example, it can be the thousands of orders per day of delivery, and we have only certain amount of cars, and the question arises of how to distribute all these orders, these 1,000 orders, to all cars in the most efficient way, first of all, to use the least amount of transport and to build such roads in which the mileage will not be large but efficient at the same time. Also, another problem might be the specificity of the delivery point, because there are often situations when it can be difficult to get to the delivery point, it's difficult to find delivery point, and this creates, first of all, the difficulties and delays during the delivery, which also decrease the customer service, which is important to get in touch with. Also, another problem is different dimensions of the vehicles, because each car can have its own specific nuances, which manual planning simply cannot take into consideration. It also can be a problem which can arise during the optimization of last mile delivery. Another problem is that conditions of goods transportation are also a problem, especially if someone is specifically engaged in the delivery of express or manufactured products, fresh products. They constantly face the problem of temperature control, which cannot be done without special tools. And these tools can help to optimize and control this temperature and delivery process as well. Furthermore, another problem can be road restrictions. It is difficult to plan a delivery with all road restrictions, because it happens that many roads are closed or under repair, and these nuances also create delays in product delivery. And last but not least, the problem is that it's time windows. Time windows is really important problem right now, because in recent years, customer service has begun to improve significantly, and time limits are becoming very popular, because it's better, of course, to order a product and know exactly when it will arrive than to sit the half of the day at home and wait for delivery. So you should always be careful and aware about the delivery time, and remember that delivering on time is now in a really high demand. So all these problems that I mentioned before is really constant problem in every company, in every corporation, and it's really well known, unfortunately. That is why, in order to overcome all these difficulties and optimize the last mile delivery, it is really important to optimize all these processes with special tools. such as a transport management system, about which we're going to talk today. And this transport management system focuses precisely on solving all these problems that I mentioned before. So Alex gonna have he prepared a huge analysis of all transport management system in the market, and since he has a vast experience, working experience in this sphere, he's gonna talk right now a bit in more details about all systems that are in the market. So Alex, please.
So let me share my screen. Yeah, actually, as you mentioned, really the transport management system is some kind of solution to optimize the last mile, not only optimize last mile, but all the transport management is about the transport management systems. Actually, it depends on the scale of your problem, scale of your business process in transport, and the complexity of what issues do you have. So typically we divide like 3 bunch of TMS systems. It's like the basics one, some cloud solution like a system as a services that supplies for some company from the vendors, and enterprise solutions. Actually, the target for all of these typical TMS is different, but they're not equal, definitely. Yeah. So what is the difference between basic one and, for example, enterprise? It's like the huge space between them. The basic TMS can solve some routine problems. They can handle some simple tracking of the statuses, and for like simple processes, it's more than enough. So you shouldn't spend a lot of money to get some enterprise or high-end solutions because you will not get such a value from these extra costs. Typically, you can get it like or for free or temporary for free or for some very little costs, and use it if your fleet is like not so big. So if you have like a couple of vehicles, maybe 10 of them, it's more than enough if you don't have some specific needs. But anyway, it is need somebody who will implement it. Yes. The cloud systems or system as a service is providing you more different tools and more powerful tools, but they're more expensive. They really are very competitive with enterprise solutions, but typically they're solving some specific niche into your transport management. Yeah, for example, it could be some solution for last mile. It could be some solutions for international transportation or for full trucks. It is some specific solution for one niche. If we will combine it together, then we will get something that we call enterprise solutions that already contains some tools to manage all the chain with multimodal transportation, fleet maintenance, with yard management, etc., etc. But it is really more expensive. So it is a factor of like 5 more expensive than system as a services. But the system as a services is like the golden middle thing. Yeah. So it have the simplicity of the basic TMS. Maybe it's not so cheap, but they're really cheaper than enterprise. But they have the same efficiency in solving the problems as an enterprise in certain segment. So what are they? We've prepared some, just a second, typical solutions that can show you what we situate to the basic one is like road for me. It's very simple. You can pay like $40 or $50 per month, and you will manage like 5 vehicles or maybe 6-10 of them, or they have like maximum as like $300 and you will have more than 30 vehicles. But there is simple tools and they're making their job good if you have some simple tasks. The next one is Vialon. That's like more telematic platform, but they developed their own tool to hold on the transport management. It is free if you already use the Vialon. That is why it also like a basic one. And my road online, similar as road for me, works the same. It's just a competitor. The cloud systems, we have the Rinkai TMS. It is the SaaS solution for optimizing and for last mile delivery. Roadific, Optima Road, Maxoptra, FarEye, all of them solving the last mile delivery problem. And if we're switching to enterprise, actually, yeah, we have like monsters like SAP, we have the Blue Yonder, Mercury Gate, and Ortec. There is not actually a need for any company to choose like one of them. We know the cases when companies combine two solutions to get the benefits from both of them. So, for example, Coca-Cola company in Czech Republic, they use Ortec system to manage their full trucks, and they use Rinkai TMS to manage their last mile delivery, because it's bring more benefits and it's very, very cost-effective approach. So, what does really TMS covers? What is the benefits you will get if you implement such one in your businesses or in your processes? First of all, it's like reducing the number of vehicles. It is equal the number of drivers. Yeah, so you don't have to maintain all of this stuff or all of these vehicles. Then it reduces the logistics costs because your roads become shorter, it's more optimal, and if you like need less vehicle, yeah, probably the usage of every vehicle become bigger, but totally it's like less miles, less carbon fingerprint, and so on. Also, the TMS allow you to improve the services. Now we are everybody about the services, yeah, about what is the market share will be if we will provide some additional benefits for our clients. Yeah, time to time, it's dramatically change the situation. Some type of services as using time window, some special temperature conditions, and so on, be, for example, on specific time in certain place, right in time, never get late, and etc., could be the game changer in your business. The TMS provides you the tools to maintain all of this on high level. And the next but not least, the automation and improvement of control quality. So it means that you spend less time and less efforts to do the process go, and you also spend less resources to control that it works fine. Typically, it's bring you to the situation when you need or less people, or you can be very, very scalable with your businesses. And the last in here, yeah, but probably it's also important, the justification of real pricing for the carriers and your customers. The TMS provides you the real vision what kind of cost you could have. Yeah, what is the optimal one? And if you will have some few carriers, yeah, you were renting the fleet from. So in this case, the TMS will choose one of these three who are the most efficient on certain road and give this road to this carrier. Another road could be delivered to another carrier because in that kind of delivery, this one could be more effective. It is fair not only for your budget but for the customer, and it's maintain the market law in your businesses. But anyway, this is the things that will be after you will implement this solution into your business processes. And this is very, very tricky and unpredictable process. So to provide the high quality project, you need somebody with high expertise who will do this. And that's why I'm giving say to Andrew. He will tell you how is it going in implementation and how to do it more efficient with low risk and high impact.
Hi everyone, let me share my screen. So, okay. Do you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, how the implementation of TMS can affect the work processes and KPIs of logisticians and drivers? The first thing I want to talk about is a planning process automation. It's all about automation. TMS helps you to manage and optimize the routing of vehicles and avoid extra mileage, traffic jams, and other kind of delays, as well as to reduce the number of vehicles and drivers on the road. That is very important nowadays. Surely, it significantly reduces planning time for logisticians so he can be more productive. The second thing is we already have implemented functionality for the digital document exchange between TMS and ERP or third party if you required. So this process is also transparent and visible at all the steps. So it simplifies the document processing and reduces the human factor. Thirdly, it's about reporting and analytics. TMS provides capabilities for data analysis and reporting on performance, resource utilization, and much more. This helps logisticians and managers understand efficiency issues and identify areas for process improvement. And the last thing is advanced route control. Because TMS provides you real-time information about the location of the vehicles, and it helps logisticians to better control each movement of vehicle. This allows you to react, for example, unplanned delays and problems by adjusting the routes or providing brief instructions to your drivers. Thus, the accuracy and reliability of deliveries increases, so customers may be notified of route changes or estimated arrival times, that making the delivery process more transparent and giving you more control. So let's summarize. The implementing of TMS can improve logistics and driver workflows, reduce costs, increase productivity, and improve service quality. However, to successfully implement a TMS, it is necessary to provide the training to staff, ensure adaptation to the new system, and create processes to monitor and evaluate its effectiveness. So, here you may see some extra benefits of using a TMS for dynamic routing. Firstly, it's about simulation of planning and risk detection. It allows you to simulate delivery planning based on various scenarios that only you can imagine, such as arrival of an increased number of orders, changing in priorities, for example, time windows, delays due to unforeseen events, reduction of staff, delayed departure, or, for example, bad weather condition when speed on the road are definitely slower than regular. So we have taken it into account. So simulating all of these conditions helps you to identify potential risks and look forward to minimize their impact. The next one is quick adaptation for the new drivers. TMS provides accurate and optimized routes, which helps reduce driving time and such risk as violations of the stop sequence. late arrival, and so on. Drivers can also quickly receive information about orders, change in routes, which contributes to better communication and orientation in whole delivery process. The second thing is advanced data analytics. So it's important to visualize data to understand patterns and trends. Graph, charts, interactive reports help display data in more clear way. On the basis of data analysis, strategic decisions can be made regarding the pricing of logistics processes, improvement of customer service, and so on. Also, we will talk about increasing of the level of competitiveness through a focus on service quality. This is due to the fact that the work of logistician becoming more analytical rather than operational. Also, it's transparent work with hired vehicles and carriers because TMS can automate the processes of calculations and reimbursements to contractors, which promotes fair and transparent financial interaction. TMS also provides you the ability to generate reports and analyze data on the performance and efficiency of contractors. And the last one, it's all about environment. Dynamic routing can help to reduce mileage and fuel consumption. This contributes to reducing greenhouse gas emissions and promoting a more green way of resource using. But unfortunately, not all the time everything going as planned, and you also may face with sabotage. We can provide you three methods. The first one is known as stick and carrot. It means that strategy can be effective in motivating drivers and staff like with carrots. Maybe various incentives are offered, such as bonuses, salary increases, gifts, or other benefits. And with the sticks, it's like disciplinary measures, fines, strict rules, and restrictions. It's important to balance both approaches so that they are fair and relevant to the specific circumstance. Encouragement and punishment should be objective and fair, so drivers must see that the rules are applied equally to everyone. The next one, it's competition or a challenge. It's an effective way to motivate drivers and improve their productivity and performance. Challenge between drivers stimulates a competitive spirit and can lead to improve their delivery result. So you have to set specific goals and performance metrics the drivers must achieve. This could be the number of on-time deliveries, for example, increased customer service speed, compliance with sequence, or other your key metrics. And the last one is radical method. I call it like firing and hiring. This method can be used in cases where drivers do not fulfill their duties or violate the company rules and standards. And the decision to fire should be fair and objective. So in general, it is important to consider the specific circumstances and culture of your company when choosing approach to addressing the problem of sabotage. Communication and understanding with staff is a key, as well as a balanced use of carrot and stick to achieve successful implementation of TMS. Thank you. I hand over to Alex. Microphone.
Sorry. Second, share the extension of our presentation. So let's make some short conclusion for now, for this moment. Actually, what are the benefits of implementing TMS? Obviously, this is the structured data, because we saw a lot of cases when we find out that some garbage in your data can cause a lot of problems in the future, not only for transport management, but for counting process, analytical things, and etc., etc. So in this case, you have the digitalized process that generates quality data, and it's maintained the quality of this data from one hand. From another hand, it is structured, so you don't have every very important piece of information in the comments of the order or in the comments of the road. in the comments of your client. So you put it in the right places, in the right format, and this will allow you to build more resilient structure of your analytical tools, of your other digital services to provide the improvement of the processes. The second is the quick feedback. It means that there is less of people that take place in this chain to find out what's going on right now with your logistics, what's going on with your costs, what's going on with your services, how many orders was delivered right in time. Everything of this you can know right now. So it's like online mode, and it speed up the solving of every issue you face with during the process. It's very important because all this data, as I told previously, generated by some sensors, by some digital systems, etc., etc. So there is less point for any mistakes when you type in something as human do. This third one is unification and centralization. It's about your architecture of the company, processes, of way you're doing the business. Unified and centralized or decentralized but unified processes allow you to be very, very scalable on the market. So if you want to get another area to distribute your services, to distribute your goods and make the delivery, you can do it very, very fast because you have a typical processes. They very well done and they work. If you have some high season and low season, the TMS allow you to adapt your resources to this increasing or decreasing of your needs. It's very, very efficient tool. And the analytics and KPIs. All this digital stuff make you very a lot of information, yeah, to use when you get some decisions. It's very important not to be blind, yeah, when you get some decision. And if you know the real parameters of your processes, you can have the greatest chance to get the right decision that will enhance your business, yeah, that will not destroy. And this is like this is the typical benefits, yeah, that I like to highlight. There's a lot more of them, yeah. They're teeny one, but these details means a lot actually, like modeling and etc. But now I like to switch to demo and show you how it could works actually, yeah, because it's very, very important to understand how the things go in real life. Second, sharing the screen. So here is the transport management system called Rinkai. We use it and provide it on the market. We suppose it's one of the best, or maybe the best system as a service to manage the last mile delivery. How it works? Actually, we have the certain amount of locations that need to be delivered. All these locations have the different time windows, the city, the number of kilograms that need to be delivered, something we can get back if we need. Yeah, the system automatically calculate the number of time to load and unload on the location. We have a list of vehicles with certain cost parameters in each. Yeah, that is how system make a decision which vehicle we need and where it should go, because it's not only about the capacity, it's also about the cost, it also about the time limits, and etc., etc. Then we go to the planning, simply hit the button optimize, and magic gone. Yeah. So here we have already done roads for nine vehicles. It takes just a couple of seconds. Yeah, for each vehicle we have the number of stops or location that should be visited, the start time. It's already balanced with our depot capacity, so we know how many loading gates we have at once and which vehicle we have to put first, secondly, and etc. Yeah, to load, to be right in time in the client. So here you can see this purple one is like the visualization of time window of the client. Yeah, and the so as you can see, the width of this red line is different because system calculates number of seconds for unloading. Yeah, that's the first point. And second, that in every road, it fit a window. It's independently how small is this. The system plan to be quality of servicing your client. The second thing, we need to know how is it going in real life, because that's just a planning. Yeah, we could make the ideal roads, but if the driver will decide to drive it another way, he will be late. Yeah, actually, and our ideal roads will be nothing. So we go to our plans and switch to the GPS. In this case, we can grab the data from the sources that connected to the vehicle and compare it automatically with the plan. So what we can see, here is some vehicle, yeah, and we have the planned number of kilometers like 470, and the difference with the actual is only 2 kilometers. For almost 500 kilometers, the difference is only 2, it's like 0%, yeah. What we have else? So we have the clients and we have the same time window, but in this case, this is the actual stop, so the real time when vehicle was there. Also, what we have here, the logist can understand what is the delay for now of processing this road. So we see that the driver is late for 26 minutes, but that's okay. Yeah. The other thing, the system show you the mark could be late. Yeah, but in this case, it was marked by the system. And they were late in reality. So our forecast was exact. What else? We can look on the map how the road was. This one, the blue one, is how it plans to be, and the red one, how it was in reality. So we see that somewhere the drivers go around, yeah, somewhere they like goes around too much, yeah, but probably that's okay. And in this case, we see that it was planned 505 kilometers, and the driver provides you 15 kilometers more. So for every piece of data here, it is possible to analyze, to export, import, and add it to the analytics. We also have the analytical model, but we have lack of time. So I prefer, if you're interested, you can saw the screenshots on our website. or you can ask us to manage a meeting to present you all the system. It's a lot of very useful information there that you can grab just using a single click.
But I think it's pretty all from our side. In case of any questions, again, don't hesitate to contact us. And for once more time, it was a very interesting topic for us, for our team, and we have really high expertise in this, and we can share some additional information if you have some specific questions specifically on your processes, business processes. And also in our chat, you can see some additional information, our website, LinkedIn profile, and etc. So you can follow us and follow any news that we have in our company, in this case. So I can see any questions in the chat. So we're gonna wait for you on our website. Thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure to have a webinar for you.